Kidnap stars Halle Berry and is about a recently divorced single mom who is a waitress and she loves her kid. Like, she really loves her kid. And one day after taking him to an amusement park or just a regular park, it doesn't make sense which one it is, she sees her son getting kidnapped, and so she decides to get right in her car, chase down these kidnappers, and get her son back. Because she loves her son. Now, I saw the trailer for this movie a while ago and I thought this would be a fun end of the summer, probably bad chase movie. And I got exactly what I thought I was gonna get, in a good way and not in a good way. I knew something was up in this movie when in the beginning of the movie we have an aerial shot of this amusement park Halle Berry goes to and it's blurry. It looks like it's not fully rendered, it's a blurry aerial shot and I'm like, oh god. It's gonna be like that. And I kinda got that feeling for this movie in the best way possible, I can say. Let's start off with Halle Berry's character. Halle Berry, she is a good actress. And even in some of the worst movies that she's been in, she can still have a good performance. In Kidnap, she does have a good performance. She has a compelling performance and you relate to her very easily because if your kid just got kidnapped, you would do whatever you can to get your kid back, and she does that. But just her character is so weird. In the beginning of the movie, she's a waitress and the only customers that we see her interact with, she's a bitch to. Granted, these are awful customers, but as a waitress, you just don't act rude to your customers. You should still have that fake smile and act like everything's okay, even though it's not. You contain your anger. She's just like, fuck you, bitch, get your own coffee. She didn't actually say that, but that's kind of what she is. So you can tell that this character, she doesn't really give a fuck, but during the movie, she goes from loving mom to like some Liam Neeson shit. I don't know how this comes about, but she just like destroying cars, killing people, and I'm like, oh my god, where did this come from? It's not good characterization, but at the same time, it is beautiful. Probably the best stuff about this movie is more of the plot and the people behind it. Halle Berry, as I said, does have a good performance, and this movie is lean. It's extremely short. It's about 75 minutes, and I think that is perfect. For this type of movie, you want it to be short, because if it was any longer, I thought it would overstay its welcome, it would get boring, and I think that it's a perfectly short movie. And another thing I really liked about Kidnap is since it has such a short runtime, this movie gets straight to the point. 10 minutes into this movie, you have a car chase which lasts probably for the rest of the movie, and this movie is very engaging, it is entertaining, and it can be very intense, and you're rooting for Halle Berry the whole time. And this movie, I was surprised with what they got away with. It's not like they try anything extreme, but I know this was a very small budgeted movie, and there are a lot of times, especially on the road, where Halle Berry does something and all of these cars crash. Like, there are so many crashing cars, you could say, oh, this movie actually had some value. It was a bigger scale, had a bigger production value, and you're like, oh, they actually put some effort into this movie. At the same time, they don't. This movie, while good with performances and a plot, the execution, the post-production, I don't know what happened here. How this movie put together is awful. It is probably the worst thing about this movie. But at the same time, it's the best thing about this movie. The editing, I don't know what's up with this editing. During the beginning-ish of the car chase scene, Halle Berry is chasing the kidnappers, and the kidnappers quickly take an exit off a highway. So Halle Berry, who passes the exit, has to stop and immediately back up on this highway and go into this exit. And I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen cars crash already, this is gonna be awesome. You start to see her car going backwards and then it fades to black. And then the movie comes back in with a quick 1 second cut, fade to black. 1 second cut, fade to black, and then she's already on this exit. It's like I was watching a movie trailer. I don't know why they just couldn't film Halle Berry backing up into a crowded highway and moving into the exit. It would be 5 seconds extra. Did they just run out of budget for like 5 more seconds? I don't know. But that was just one of the many weird technical things about this movie. A lot of the cinematography is extremely weird in this movie. There's a slower scene where Halle Berry is like slowly chasing the kidnappers, going probably 20 miles per hour. And there's a shot behind Halle Berry's car, and you can see both cars, and they're driving slow, and all of a sudden you just tilt. The camera tilts, nothing's happening, the camera's just tilting, they're driving. And then it starts to tilt back. Very slowly. I don't know what the director was thinking at that point. The director probably wanted to experiment with some cool camera things, but he just did it at the wrong time. That shot would have been very cool in a high, intense scene driving down the highway, not a slow 20 miles per hour shot of the back of the car. I don't know what's up with that. And the editing. Oh, the editing. There's some parts in this movie with some weird editing, especially a shot where Halle Berry crashes the back of her car, where the shots just stay. Like, sometimes where shots stay, like a ghost story, you have, like, importance. You can take something out of that shot and let it linger. In this movie, it just seems like they forgot to cut 2 or 5 seconds out of a shot. And it's just weird. I'm just sitting there, and I was thinking, is something gonna happen? And then, no, the movie just resumed. It was like a weird pause in the movie, and it just resumed. And I'm like, okay, Whatever. And I cannot tell you how many countless times we got the same shot of the speedometer going from 40 miles per hour to 60 miles per hour. It seems like whatever Halle Berry is doing, that car is going from 40 to 60. Doesn't matter, 40 to 60. Oh my god. I know that Kidnap was in development hell for a long time, so I can see how these problems come about. I just don't know why they just couldn't fix these small things. This movie is brilliant in probably the weirdest ways possible. There's a point in the movie where Halle Berry walks out of her car and she pats her car. And I was thinking, Halle Berry just patted a car like it's a horse? What the hell? Oh my god, it's beautiful. I think Kidnap is probably one of the most recent movies I've seen that is so bad, it's good. And there are moments in this movie where you think to yourself, wait, this is kind of good. Is this a good movie? And then like something else happens, like patting a car, and you're like, nope, this is it's a pretty bad movie. But I think all the bad qualities of this movie make it so good. If these bad qualities turn out to be good things about this movie, I would say that Kidnap would not be as much fun as I thought it would be. There are a lot of technical things wrong with Kidnap, but on the surface, it is extremely fun. It is engaging. I can easily create a drinking game out of this movie. I'm so excited. If you want to have a fun end of summer time with your friends or a bunch of people, go to Kidnap. Don't expect anything great. Just expect something fun. You're gonna have a fun time. I can't say that Kidnap is a good movie. It's kind of a bad movie, but in the best way possible. Halle Berry does have a good performance, and I can say that Kidnap is a fun, fine movie. So that's Kidnap. Have you seen the movie? Have you not seen the movie? Whatever you think, you can put in the comments below, and maybe I'll read it, maybe I won't. Thank you as always for watching, and if you haven't, you can click my last video right over here, and you can click my upcoming video right over here. Thank you as always for watching. Hope to see you next time.